Hi, so my name is Myleah Laughlin, and I'm the president of the Terrapin Anime Society at the University of Maryland, College Park. I'm going to be talking about cosplay and how anime helped me make a lot of friends and how it helped me to grow my friendships more with the people that I care about. So my first exposure to anime was actually when I was a little kid, and I first started watching Dragon Ball Z, and that was really my first experience with anime. I was really interested in just the cool way that the characters could have any power in the world, and they were just like really overpowered, and there were these crazy battles, and it was just really interesting to me. And it was a way for my sister and I to bond, because we would watch it together, and my dad would watch it with us, so eventually it became kind of a little family event. And just right there, you can see how anime can bring people together. It's something just like fun, easy, and exciting to watch. And I really think that that's really where my love of anime started. Just like the wholesome message of, never giving up and doing whatever it takes to become the strongest. I really carried those messages throughout my life. Yeah. So I'm cosplaying Marina from Splatoon 2, and she's one of my favorite characters from the game because she's one of the few characters in a Japanese game that actually looks like me. And I really love this representation, and I wanted to bring her character to life. And so when Splatoon 2 was first being announced, I actually went out and bought the materials before I even had the game, and I made the cosplay before I even played it for the first time. So my favorite part about cosplaying is definitely the community. You really meet all different kinds of people in the cosplay community, and through cosplay I've made a lot of friends. Some of my closest friends are cosplayers. Actually, all of them are cosplayers. So we really just bond over learning how to make new things and learning different materials and teaching each other things. We each have our own strengths, we have our own weaknesses, but together we all can make really amazing things together by helping one another. And whether it's, slaving away a few days before the con on our costumes, or, just helping put those finishing touches, cosplay is something really that brings us all together. And I definitely wouldn't be where I am now without cosplay in my life. When you go to conventions and people recognize your character and they love the same character as you, there's really no better feeling. You can really just connect with people. You don't even have to know their name, you don't have to know where they're from, but just sharing that love of the same character can really just foster a friendship. And I've made a lot of friends just by gushing over the same characters from different games. It's really incredible how quickly content can bring people together. The turning point in my relationship with anime was actually my freshman year of college. So like I said before, I didn't have anyone to talk to about anime, but I came to college and all of these people were talking about anime, and I was like, okay, I need to get in on this. I can't be on the outside. I've only seen Ouran High School Host Club and like a few episodes of Blue Exorcist and Code Geass. Like that's where I was at. Well, in Attack on Titan. But everyone else had seen like so many anime. I met a guy who had watched like all of the anime, like A through Z on a website, and I was like, okay, I need to step up my anime game. So they started to recommend me different shows, and I started to watch them with them. I started to get caught up on more recent things, and then watching a couple older classics, and then that's where it really started to snowball, and I started watching things on my own. So I think that anime is really unique as a storytelling medium because you can really explore a lot of interesting visuals. With books, you use your imagination to create the pictures, but with anime, you can really capture those emotions. You can capture the emotion visually. The human eye and the human brain is really amazing, and just like seeing that on screen is a lot different than having to imagine it from words on a page. And I think that that there's definitely something special about seeing it with your own eyes and hearing the sounds and hearing the voices of the characters come alive versus maybe reading a manga or reading a book. So I definitely think that anime is special in that regard. And animation in general is just, there are so many possibilities. You can have animation for any genre. You can have it for fantasy, history, sports. You can have it for pretty much anything. And that's why I think that, anime and animation in general can be for anyone. You can find something that you like in anime, and it probably does it a lot cooler than any other medium. In the future, I see anime having a lot of potential to grow and tell a lot of stories that we haven't heard before. I think that we can have a lot more representation of people of different races, religion, color, background. I think that we can have stories that tell something for everyone, people of all ages. I just think that, we've already told so many stories, but there are infinite possibilities. I think that the industry can really work towards creating something that people all around the world can enjoy, and that people all around the world can relate to. I think that that's really important in any kind of media, is just creating something that really brings people together. Just like bringing this back to my experience, when you really deeply relate to an anime and someone else relates to the same thing, it can be really powerful. One example of this is Haikyuu. As someone who is very short, I really related to the main character. Always being told that I couldn't do things because I was too small, and that I needed to have a louder voice to be heard. And in some ways, I had to have a louder voice, and I, had to be more outspoken. And I've met people who have also, found inspiration in the main character Hinata's story, and just being able to bond with those people and say, we're height twins. We have the same height, complex, and Hinata never gives up, and he's relentless. It sounds a little cliche, but anime has given me the best friends that I've ever had, and I think that's just because we can all appreciate a good story together. We can sit around on weekends, sit in, order pizza, watch an episode of My Hero Academia, and just have a good time. And I think that that's another part of it. It's just being able to enjoy those moments together, and everyone has the same reaction, or everyone reacts differently to the same scene. Seeing your friends cry at a really dramatic part is always kind of satisfying. So, as I previously said, I'm the president of the Terrapin Anime Society at the University of Maryland. It has been a really amazing experience. So, my sophomore year, I was a pretty active member of the club, and then my junior year, I became the webmaster, and my senior year, I decided to take on the role of president. Last spring, we put on the University of Maryland's first ever anime and video game convention called Comic-Con. Kame for turtle, because our university's mascot is the terrapin. So we hosted Comic-Con, we had an artist alley, we had an arcade, a Maid and Butler cafe, fan panels, a cosplay contest, you name it, we probably had it. It was a really successful event. We were only expecting about 200 people, and over 400 people showed up. We actually sold out of tickets. We put this on, we brought all of these people who love anime, who love video games together right on our campus. So even though my co-director and I were running around like chickens with our heads cut off at the con, we had a lot of fun. So I actually live in a house with 7 other people, all of who have at least seen a few anime. So since we've all been to cons, each of us has bought more than a few art prints, and we've decorated our entire house in what we call very expensive wallpaper. Whenever anyone comes over, they're like, wow, that's a lot of prints. Or they usually scream in excitement at how much art we have on our walls. So I'll give you a quick tour around our house, show you a couple of our figures, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed my speech, and I hope you vote for me. Thanks. Bye.